Hello, this is Travis with the National Weather Service in Missoula, and I'm here with your winter planning briefing for January 17th. We'll just start with the winter weather threat matrix, and what we're expecting is just several periods of low to moderate impact over the next 5 days, and we're just going to step through those as we go through the briefing when those main impact periods are expected to be. So we start off here with this forecast model animation of precipitation. And we'll just start with this afternoon and just make our way into Friday afternoon. And kind of the main takeaway is for this afternoon anyways, the precipitation is going to become more showery. And there certainly could be some brief heavy bursts with those showers. And then we do see a signal in the models of a bit more widespread period of precipitation, and that would be early Friday morning. And so that's something to keep in mind as far as we could have more widespread impacts than we're going to see later this evening and during those early morning hours. So this might affect that Friday morning commute. And then another thing you'll notice is as we get into Friday afternoon, the showers, they decrease significantly as we get into the afternoon. So if we just want to look at the snow amounts that we're expecting from pretty much now, so midday Thursday through Friday afternoon on the right-hand graphic there, it just is an overview of the entire area. And so you can see the focus is over northwest Montana and some of the western passes. If we look at the graphic on the left-hand side, it's focused in on northwest Montana, and you can see the valleys generally seeing 4 to 6 inches of snow, some of the higher valleys anywhere from like 6 to 10 inches of snow. Now looking into west central Montana, which is that left graphic, you can see an inch or two of snow for the valleys. And that once again, this is midday today, Thursday through Friday afternoon. And then we have 8 to 12 inches for Lookout Pass, 6 to 8 inches for Lolo Pass. The graphic on the right shows southwest Montana, fairly light amounts there. As we work into north central Idaho on the left, you can see once again 6 to 8 inches for Lolo Pass. We have that 3 to 6 inches for Pierce, Grangemont, and maybe an inch or two for Whitebird Hill in that shower activity. Limhi County on the right doesn't look to receive a whole lot of snow, just pretty much trace amounts for most areas. So we'll look into another animation here for the next time period of interest, and this is Friday night into Saturday morning. And we have another round of precipitation that comes across the area beginning Friday evening, and it just continues on, at peak intensity being Saturday morning, and then it decreases during the day on Saturday. A couple things to keep in mind with this system is that it will be warmer, so this is going to be wet snow. Snow amounts, we're generally looking at higher snow levels, so the valleys won't be quite as impacted as far as snow is concerned. So generally just trace to 1 inch amounts for most of the valleys. There is that focus again for like Lolo, Lookout, Lost Trail passes 3 to 6 inches, and then parts of north central Idaho, Elk City and Dixie, 4 to 8 inches of snow. Another thing to keep in mind with this system is there will be a potential for some light freezing rain in the valleys, mostly northwest Montana, but there's not a lot of confidence in that occurring at this point. But something to keep in mind. So we'll move into the next period of interest. We're just going to loop through here the precipitation that one model's forecasting Sunday all the way through Wednesday. And the main period of interest will be Sunday itself into Monday morning as the system passes through. And then once that precipitation ends on Monday, we get into a northwest flow and kind of a showery flow for Tuesday into Wednesday. So let's focus in on that Sunday through Monday morning time period. Now the first thing to keep in mind is there's been considerable variability in the forecast models of where to take a surface low across the area. And the heaviest snow is most likely to occur just north of the track of that low. At this point, we think the greatest impact will be north central Idaho, west central Montana, and southwest Montana. But if the track of that low were to change, then it could certainly shift northward or southward quite easily. So something to kind of stay tuned for. Otherwise, we're certainly expecting the mountain pass impacts as typical. And in the valleys, it may start as a rain-snow mix and then change over to all snow. And once again, that's pretty dependent on the track of the low. So for now, you can see we just have low to moderate confidence listed as far as the snow amounts Sunday into Monday. But for now, we're showing the focus, generally the I-90 corridor and southward as far as the valleys, from anywhere, to receive anywhere from like 2 to 6 inches of snow. And this could end up being fairly significant in the sense that it would be fairly widespread valley, moderate to heavy snowfall. Not quite as much snow expected in northwest Montana, but that could certainly change. So one last thing to kind of take a peek at here is the temperature trend all the way through early next week. So like I mentioned, we're going to have a gradual warm up into Sunday, and then temperatures are going to decrease going into early next week once again. So that's the end of this briefing. The next briefing is Sunday, January 20th. If you have any questions, please give us a call. All right, have a good day. Thanks.